All right, there. I think we are live now. All right, there. I think we are live now. All right, there. I think we are live now. All right, can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? They said. Hey, it's like the Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now? Boom. Boom goes the dynamite. Eh, Plays and Parlay? Awesome. Okay, like again, trying the new Streamland. I know I was on Zoom before, but trying something new, see if it works. And wait, how many people? We got 2 people watching right now. I'll put this link in the next, let me see here. Maybe this will work here. People will click on that link. And we'll see if we get more people coming in. Just give it a second there. Hopefully everybody's having themselves a good start to the day. And now I see more people coming on in to the new stream. Plays and Parlays. Can you hear me okay? No problem? Hey, Ron. Okay, Plant-Based Junkie. How you doing? Can you hear me okay? Again, just testing a new software, so I want to see if you guys can hear me. I'm going to turn on my, I want to see if you guys, yeah, it looks like you can hear me. And there's Isaiah. How you doing, Cheeks? Sir Lancelot, there he comes in. Yes, sir, loud and clear. Perfect. All right, folks, here we go. Tape number 2. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Freaky Friday. March 5th. Hopefully you guys have yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, you can subscribe to this channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. If you are on a PC, if you are on a mobile device, hit the subscribe button below this video. And Freaky Fridays, normally we'll bring in Rusty here at the end of the show to kick off the weekend. And you know what? Played a little soundbite this morning, and he's all revved up. He's barking, ready to go. And it's funny. Dogs, I got a lab. And every day around 4 o'clock, he comes and he starts nudging my elbow because he knows it's time to go for a walk. It's just amazing how they retain everything. They're a creature of habit, right? But you know what? Enough of me and enough of Rusty. Let's talk about the man of the hour, Eddie. Steady Eddie. How do you guys, hey, you guys, you got to put Eddie on your Christmas list now if he's making you any money. And as you can see here, right here, Eddie was money last night. In fact, he had Jacksonville State. I don't normally tend to, like, anytime the Streakcatchers are, you know, they play, but now I'm just addicted to Eddie's picks, and I'm with Eddie. I listened to the game. I couldn't watch it. Couldn't get it on the live feed last night. But it was, I listened to the overtime, and I tell you, there's nothing better when a guy's on, or a girl is on a winning streak, and we're just making money. You know what I mean? And Eddie won $500. We paid him off this morning, and you know what? Don't spend it all in one place, Eddie. And congrats. And we don't want to jinx it too much. We need a bell here, right? I need to sound off a bell type thing anytime we got a streaker going. But hey, Frank the Tank will be in the house today. Hopefully Eddie will have his picks up, and hopefully you guys are playing. Are you guys playing Eddie's picks? Did anybody play Jacksonville State last night? I got +3. Bookmaker had +3. I don't know if you guys had it, but I don't know. Did you guys play Eddie's pick yesterday? Had a great night, Cheeks. Did you? I went, you know what? It was a tale of the 2 tapes. Tale of 2 stories yesterday for me. Had a great night in the NHL. Went 4-1, but 0-3 in the NBA. The Clippers, they weren't very good to me. I had the Milwaukee. They won, but they didn't cover. And then I had the over in New Orleans. And remember I even said yesterday I probably shouldn't even touch the totals today because prior to getaway day on the All-Star break, I knew that it was probably a bad bet. But hey, 9-1 to the over, right? I had Dayton -3.5, says Chris. Good for you, Chris. Right on. Hey, you know what? There's Chris smiling like a butcher's dog right there with a little emoticon. And let me see here. Stephen Hill's in the house. I did all over the hockey won 500. I did all over hockey won 500. So that means you won $500, Stephen. That's awesome. I had the Knicks over, says Plant-Based Junkie last night. And that's a nice win right there and Chad had a good night for me. Hey, how's it going? As Chad is saying. And Sir Lancelot, 5 times 5. And 25 in my books. That's what it adds up to. But welcome, folks, again to the Raymond Report. And this is Streakcatcher.com. You can get the plays here each and every day from the top players. And right now we got, and you know what? Phillies 157's on a nice streak right too. Phillies 157 is he had Eastern Kentucky yesterday, -2.5. The game finished by 3. He had -3 yesterday, so good job by Phillies 157s. I got a feeling this guy's been with me a long time. Yeah, I knew it. 157. We go back here to 2019, February 25th, 2019. So a lot of old-time members here, playing at the Streakcatcher. And again, folks, put in one pick a day, and you can be the next Eddie. Who knows, right? All right, let's take a look at some of the other sites now. What I'm going to do here today, guys. Again, I don't handicap college basketball. I follow the scores just like everybody else because NHL and NBA is on. That's the two things that I do handicap. But we'll look at the end after we break down the hockey. We'll take a look at the line moves in college basketball, and with March Madness coming. This is going to be an opportunity to make some money, especially the Thursday and Friday, right? The whole first weekend of college basketball is one of the greatest times of the year. You're up to noon till 12 at night watching the college basketball. Normally I order some pizza. Just a habit I always had. I always ordered Pizza Hut for March Madness. I probably eat Pizza Hut twice a year, Thanksgiving and March Madness. But for some reason, that's just stayed with me for a long time, and I like to get Pizza Hut. And they're not a sponsor here. I'm not plugging them. It's just one of those things. How you doing, Kelvin Johnson? Happy Freaky Friday, my good friend. Hope you're having a good day. And if you are in the audience, give a shout out here. Roll call. See who's in the audience. I know Gene G is probably ice fishing today. He probably told the wife he's had to go to work, but he's probably doing some ice fishing. Hey, that's code word for going drinking with his friends, right? We all know what ice fishing means. Now, let's take a look at some of the standings in the NHL. Now, we're on the All-Star break. Did you guys see LeBron's and the Kevin Durant's team yesterday? That was pretty interesting. It's going to be a good All-Star game. Those are always fun. It's just, it's like a pickup game at the Y. Love the show, by the way. Thank you, Steven. Appreciate that. How you doing, Lonnie Smith? Lonnie Smith is in the house. Where's my guy, Bo? Bo knows. I saw Bo's video the other day. First time I've seen his videos. Keep up the good work, Bo. Bo knows, folks. Bo Gunn. And you know what? How you doing, Mark Nations? There's a good friend from Georgia. And happy Freaky Friday to you too, Mark. And so let's kick off some of the NHL talk today. I know anything you guys want to talk about today. If you want to talk about NBA, if you want to talk about some futures bet for the NBA, the second half. I was listening to some of the guys this morning, and there's some good futures bet. Maybe in the Western Conference, like a team like Portland to win the division, maybe, right? You never know. Is Utah? Are they going to, they didn't finish strong at the All-Star break. Now, is Utah going to go down or what? Who knows, right? Weather is nice in Orlando. You know what, Lonnie? Let me grab my bag of golf clubs and I'm on my way. Hey, I'll just need to get my COVID shot first, though. Oh, man, I wish I was golfing. Hey, are you a golfer, Lonnie? Nice weather in Orlando, Florida. My wife and I went to Orlando 2 years ago. We went to... was it the Citrus Bowl, I think it was called? It was Kentucky against Penn State. It was a great game. I had some of the players that we used to played here in Ottawa played in that game. Jonathan Sutherland, and it was a good game. It was a really good game. We spent a few days in Orlando, and then a few days in just getting home from Disney. Oh, really? Yeah. You know what? I went to Disney that weekend too, and it only took me like 4 hours to get through the gate. No, it really wasn't. Yeah, only took me 4 hours in the car to get to the past the gates in Disney. So yeah. Rest in peace, Mr. Gretzky. If anybody Walter Gretzky passed away today, and in Canada, he's the famous hockey dad, Walter Gretzky, one of the nicest guys that you'd ever want to meet. Unfortunately, passed away last night. And Chris Schultz. Anybody knows TSN and CFL football? Chris Schultz passed away last night. I was shocked to see that. Schultz was one of my favorite analysts to watch on TSN. If you've ever watched Canadian football, Chris Schultz played in the NFL, CFL. When you looked at Chris Schultz, he was the friendly giant. He was 6'8", but just probably one of the nicest guy you ever want to meet. And what a professional. I always enjoyed his broadcast. And he started back in the day along with Matt Dunnigan and that crew, James Duthie, the TSN Wednesday nights, Friday Night Football. And Schultz had a big part in playing the Wendy's Friday Night Football. And man, he's going to be missed for sure. Yeah, so, yeah, you know what? A sad day in Canada for sure, losing two great sports figures with Walter Gretzky and Chris Schultz yesterday. Godspeed and rest in peace, gentlemen, and you will be missed. And, so who else we got? How about the prediction of the NBA All-Star Game? Yeah, you know what? We can take a look at that. And let me see here. What about Ovechkin? He wants to beat Wayne, the Great One, most career goals. Well, he's going to, you know what? It's funny you say that because when I was watching Ovechkin the other night, he still has that jump in his step, and he still has that twitch. Like he can, when you look at hockey players or, I look at football players, if they got that second gear, right? Anybody who's coached football or been involved in football, there's a second gear we always call when you see it. You can't even really explain it. You can only see it. And it's normally when a DB is closing in on a receiver, you see that second gear kick in. And, so Ovechkin, he's still got a bit of that second gear on the skates. And you know what? He's still looking pretty good. I don't think he's going to catch Gretzky's goals. That's a tough one. Was it 892 or something like that? But that's a tough one to get. All right, let's take a look at the NHL and the straight-up wins at home and away. Now, the top teams in the league right now, Toronto Maple Leafs, 18-7, 16-5 for Tampa Bay. Did you guys watch that game last night between Chicago Blackhawks and the Tampa Bay Lightning? Talk about a lucky goal at the end with 0.2 seconds. Edmund just, you know what? He threw a C&I goal to the net, and the puck found the twine, and you know what? It was a bad beat for the Chicago Blackhawks. And DeBrincat, the cat hit the post, and it was funny. It's always funny when you see in overtime, one guy hits the post, and then they always rush down the other way. Either they score or they hit the post, and it was a back-to-back post dingers. So great game, and you know what? With this new format now in the NHL, they're right back at it tonight. So that's going to be the game of the night in the NHL. Tampa Bay, Chicago. There's some good hockey there tonight. All right, crazy game. Yeah, that was a crazy game for sure. That is okay. We'll take the win. Yeah, though you had Tampa Bay. I think I said I had Chicago yesterday. Remember I said I liked Chicago, but it was a good game. Now last night, the Toronto Raptors they lost to the Boston Celtics. Well, who was it at the end? Was it Tatum he missed those two free throws? He made one, but he needed to make the other one to get that Boston cover. So if you got hooked there, let me see. Plays and parlay. Did you have Boston last night? You probably got hooked there by 7.5 points. And let me see here. The LA Clippers, Washington. LA, the Clippers didn't look right last night, but you got to give credit to the Washington Wizards. They're playing some good basketball of late, but I don't know if it's enough to make the playoff. Detroit, New York, looks like Griffin's going to get a ticket out of town in Detroit. Knicks look good. Milwaukee, Memphis. Now, Milwaukee had a good lead, but they gave it up, and they still won the game, but didn't cover. Denver, Indiana. Didn't see the final of that one. This morning I was doing a lot of stuff. Let me see the final of that game. Denver, Indiana. If you guys see it, just post it. Let me see here. Let me see here. What was the score of that Denver, Indiana game? Do you guys remember? Denver, Indiana. There we go. 113-103 Denver. Okay. I didn't see the... there you go. There's Plant Base. He's on top of it. Denver won that one. So, hey, Denver, you know what? Having a good road swing right now, right? Denver, Eastern road swing, having a good little run. Miami, New Orleans. The Butler, 103-93. Jimmy Butler, how many points last night for Jimmy? 29 points, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Oklahoma, San Antonio. Remember I told you about Oklahoma yesterday, guys and girls? Hey, always want to be politically correct and don't want to show any bias towards anything. But hey, what about the Oklahoma Thunder? Right? They looked good last night. I know they had a clunker the night before, but I said it, and I said watch out for Oklahoma. They always tend to play well after a bad game, and sure enough, they had a good game right there. Sacramento, Portland. Now Sacramento, 123 to 119. Now that line was -4, and you know what? If you had Portland, you got it got even right there. So I don't know what the line closed at, -4 or minus. I don't know if it ever went to 3.5, but I had -4 here. And Golden State and Phoenix, and sure enough, the Suns. I know everybody was saying -10, so people took they won by 22. That's a lot of points right there. Golden State probably didn't look good. That's past my bedtime right there. All right, so there's no NBA here today, guys. So we're going to talk about the NHL, and let's take a look at the top teams in the NHL right now on home ice. Now Vegas 10-3, Toronto 9-4, Tampa Bay 9-1 at home, Winnipeg 9-5, and Pittsburgh and the New York Islanders 8-2 on home ice. And for the road teams, 9-2 for St. Louis. St. Louis still a lot of injuries, but look at this on the road. Road Warriors 9-2. Toronto Maple Leafs 9-3. 9-5 for Carolina. 8-3 for the Edmonton Oilers, and then Colorado, Minnesota. A lot of 7 teams right there. Florida, Tampa, Boston, Minnesota, and Colorado all at 7 wins on the road. And let's take a look at the over-unders. Let's see the teams that have a good over-under record here. 9-4 to the over at home for Vegas. 8-7 for the Coyotes. 8-4 for Washington. And then Edmonton rounding off the 8 overs here at 8-3. And then on the road, the top team with the over records, 9-5. 9-5 for Carolina and San Jose. And then Vancouver 8-5. And then 8-7 here for the Flames. And look at this. The New York Islanders on the road. They have the best under record. In fact, what's their under record down here? 2-11. Look at this. 11-2 to the under. So a lot of games gone under. In fact, let's go take a look at the SBI before we break down some of these games to see what has come in here in the last couple of days. You know what? We had a big night for the favorites again last night. 8-1. 8-1 to the favorites last night, but 5-3 against the point spread, right? So remember, I always say all the time, favorites, if you can pick the favorites, 75% of the time, they probably cover the spread, and that's close to 75% right there, 5-3. 6-4 the night before, but again, the underdogs had that night. And then last night, we had an under night. And you know, I said yesterday, let's see if the unders have a day, and sure enough, the unders were 3-6-0 to the unders last night. All right, let's see who's in the house here. Let's roll call if you're new and you're just watching the show here. Welcome to the Raymond Report. My name is Ron Raymond. I'm a sports handicapper in the industry since 1996. First started my website, was called phoenixsports.com. The PST was a posting forum, and then in 2009 I wrote a book, Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets. If you want a free copy of that book, send me an email. I will be glad to send you a free copy of that book. Just hit the Contact Us button right here, and then leave your details, and I will forward you a free copy of my book, Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets. And the founder of the World Series of Handicapping, and looking forward to doing season number 10 next September for the World Series of Handicapping Pro Football Contest. All right, let's take a look at the SBI for the NHL. Now, Sports Betting Index in the NHL last night, 7-3 for the favorites. It's been a big favorite season, right? And there's Tiger 5-10. There's no locks today, Tiger. Hey, who brought the lock yesterday? Was it Portland? Remember somebody brought the lock? Was it Portland that they brought that lock for? I can't remember. But see what happens when you bring a lock to a gunfight. Hey, we didn't have the key to that lock, and we weren't able to unlock the winners with that Portland game. Was it Portland? I can't remember. Was it Portland that the guys were talking about the lock yesterday? Tiger likes St. Louis here today. Dewan Peters, welcome, Dewan. Thanks for coming to the Rain Report today. And St. Louis Blues, let's cash. Yeah, let's see that in a few seconds. But again, 7-3 to the favorites yesterday, and look at the puck line, 6-4 on the puck line. So if you do play puck line, I'm telling you, it's been profitable this year. But 7-3 to the overs. Now, here's the thing: in the last 2 weeks, let's take a look at the last 2 weeks. Actually, you can go back 3 weeks. You can go back to the let me see here, right down to February 5th. you look at the favorites that had a big night. So 3-2 is not a big night, but it's still a night for the overs. You never see the overs have double nights. So 5-4 and then 4-1 to the unders, and then 3-1 to the over, 2-6 to the unders, and then 6-4 to the overs, and 2-1. So last night we had a 7-3 to the over. I'm expecting, a lot of unders tonight. So guys, watch out for the unders tonight. I think there's a few games that I've already handicapped that I do like the unders tonight, and I'll get to those games in just a few seconds. In fact, I got some good goalie stats for you here today. And let's go look at some of the games on deck here today in the premium section at atsstats.com. And let me see if I got to do a refresh of the stats. You know the rules here at 12. Let me see here. No, oh yeah, I got to refresh the stats as usual. So let me go right here. Jesus Christmas, I'm late. There he is, G&G. There's G&G, just off the ice, just away from the lake there. Is Shack on the ice there from ice fishing. And we know you're out ice fishing there, G&G. But welcome to the Raymond Report. Glad to have you on a Freaky Friday. And the man, the myth, that's what they call it, the G&G, golf and gambling. That's what he does. All good, eh? Ramblers and gamblers. That's what we call all the people who come to the Rain Report. And guys, don't forget, starting April 1st, we'll be live on the Rain Report from 11 a.m. to 12 noon to bring you those baseball matinees, right? And since there's no NBA today, I'm gonna probably watch some baseball after here today, and we'll see what this weekend. Watch some baseball games. I used to love watching Hawk Harrelson of the Chicago White Sox, the Chicago and Steve Stone. Are you guys into like the some of the good baseball announcers in baseball? Hawk Harrelson was my favorite, along with obviously Harry Carey. And but you ever listen to the Chicago White Sox guys? They're really good. They are really good. I don't know why, but this last couple of years, I'm really I appreciate more of the baseball commentators, even on the radio side. When I go take my long walks, I listen to the baseball, and they got some really good baseball analysts. It's fun to listen to, right? When it's like they're painting a picture for you when you're not seeing it visually. All right, Rain Report stat is on point. Help me thinking and rethinking. Big a lot. Thanks, Ray. You're welcome, Tigers. Tiger 510, and you know what? Tiger makes a good point here. We're not trying to change the way you handicap. We're just trying to make you think twice before you lay your selections, and hopefully we can either talk you on or off, or when in doubt, get out, right? So, everybody's got their way of handicapping. Everybody's got their own sixth sense, but the way you guys handicap, it's you got to. You got to have some type of reason why you pick that team. Have a theory. Have a some type of system. And mine is the Rain Report. All right, money's on the Boston Bruins, says DeJuan Peters. A lot of Bruins fans out there today. And looking at this game now, the Boston Bruins a 132 favorite tonight against the Capitals. I feel weird doing a hockey thing early in the show, right? It's always NBA, so now we're giving some love to the hockey guys, eh? All the puckheads now getting all the love today because there's no NBA. The forecast here, leaning with the Bees. Now the Bees coming off a loss to Washington the other night, 2-1, and we got them winning tonight, 3.2 to 2.85. The over/under at 6.07. Now be careful because the Washington Capitals do have the Boston Bruins number, and it looks like Vanacek will be between the pipes tonight for Washington. And Yaroslav Halak should get the nod, but he doesn't have a great record against the Bruins. He's 10-11-1 against Washington. So be careful with that. And I do have some stats here that I'm going to show you guys in just a few seconds on the NHL and the free Rain Report, and I'll bring that up right now. And, I should have showed you guys the matchup. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys the matchups here. But I always like to show the stats at the end here. There's always some great stats. Now, Washington as a road team the last 2 years, and they scored 2 goals for in the last game, 2-9-1 to the under. And when Boston's a home favorite before a conference game in March, and they allowed 2 or more goals against in the last game, or exactly 2 goals against, 8-2 to the over. So, the under, sorry. So a lot of plays, stats and trends leaning towards the under here tonight, guys. Be careful in this game. Washington, in their last 10 trips to the Boston Gardens, the TD Gardens, they're 9-1 straight up, 2-7-1 to the under. So for some reason, They tend to play a lot of under games, and if you watched that game the other night, the Boston Bruins made a nice tribute to their former captain Zdeno Chara. It was a nice tribute. Unfortunately, the fans weren't there to see it, but he deserves it, right? He spent 14 years there. He spent a couple of years here in Ottawa. You want to talk about friendly giants? There's one right there in Zdeno Chara. You don't want to be in a fight with him because he'll ragdoll you. Who was it that he ragdolled there a few years ago? Was it Darcy Tucker or I can't know? It was somebody he ragdolled. If you go look on YouTube, just put in Zdeno Chara ragdoll another player. Yeah, this guy's when he gets his claws on you, he can throw you around pretty good. Now, Boston next game is against the Flyers. I believe that's the Sunday, and it's like a 12 noon start. And then Washington is going to face the Devils here. For the Boston Bruins, they're 5-2 at home this year, 3-4 to the under, and for the Washington Capitals, 6-4 on the road, and 5-5 to the over/under. Now, the Boston Bruins are a favorite here tonight. They are 5-2 at home as a favorite. They average 4 goals for as a favorite, 2.29 goals against. Again, Halak against Vanacek tonight. And for the Washington Capitals, as a road underdog, only 2-4. So they don't win a lot of road games as an underdog. And let's take a look at some of the stats here tonight on the game. Obviously, a lot of stats pointing under. Now, look at this. When the Washington Capitals are on the road, coming off a 2-goal, two 1-goal game wins, 17, 24, and 2 to the under. So that's a pretty interesting stat right there. And let me see here. Anything else worth considering? Boston Bruins coming off 2 1-goal loss, 2-0. So Boston Bruin at home coming off a 1-goal loss, coming off a home loss as a favorite. Only one rep here. So you know what? Looking at this game here tonight, I'm gonna lean with the under. I'm gonna play the under in this game, but I do like Boston. I think Boston is the play here tonight, guys. I think if you're gonna play this team, you got to play with the Boston Bruins. Any Bruin fans out there? Is you guys gonna lean Bruins here tonight or what? Boston on a 4-game win streak. Washington on a 4-game win streak right now. And they're minus 103 on the Vegas index here on my line, and you're getting plus 110. So you're getting value here on Washington, but I had the Boston Bruins at minus 163. So you're getting better value on the Boston Bruins here. I do like the Bruins here tonight, guys. I think Boston is good value tonight against Washington. A Friday night game in Beantown. That'd be a fun thing to do on a Friday night, if you're in Boston. Unfortunately, with no fans. I always get a kick, you go back, look at the old 80s and 90s hockey games. You look back at the Montreal Canadiens bench, everybody's in suits. And then you go look at a Boston Bruin games, everybody's eating hot dogs and beers behind the bench. Two different worlds behind the bench. Go look at any hockey game back in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, and go look at Montreal. Everybody's in suits behind the Has bench. And then you look at Boston, some guy eating a bratwurst with his Bud Light. It's awesome. All right, what do we got here? Bruins and over, says Plant Base. Isaiah's already a game ahead of us here. He's on the Tampa Bay game. There's Bo Dunn. There's the guy we were just talking about. Sorry I'm late. Bo knows, and Bo has his own videos. Guys, if you go on Twitter, just type in Bo Dunn, Bo Knows Sports, and good job on the videos, Bo. And Bo's he's got some good information for you guys, and he's also a basketball handicapper. You want to check him out. Check him out on Twitter, Bo Dunn Sports. All right, let's take a look at the Tampa Bay, Chicago. Tampa Bay, Chicago Blackhawks. This is going to be a great game to watch here tonight. Now, the Bolts here are a 185 favorite. Over-under set at 6.5. ATS forecast, computer pick. Going to lean with Tampa Bay here, 3.93. 2.89, the over-under at 6.82. Looking at the Lightning, they're 7-3 in their last 10 games, 6-4 on the puck line, 3-7 to the under. Where Chicago's having a good year. Nobody thought they'd see this type of season from the Chicago Blackhawks, especially with Crawford gone. 12-12 straight up on the year, 6-5. So the thing I like with Chicago, what you see is what you get. There's no Jekyll and Hyde with Chicago. 6-5 at home, 6-7 on the road, 6-5 to the over. But they don't have good success against the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're 1-9. 1-9 in the last 10 meetings with the defending Stanley Cup champions. So it's going to be a tough task for Chicago tonight. It looks like McElhinney will get the nod here for Tampa Bay, and Malcolm Subban are the projected goalies tonight. Now, be careful. There's nothing really on the goalie stats that I see that concerns me. So Subban is confirmed. McElhinney is still question mark or expected. So those are the goalies that you probably will see tonight. And let me see here. Injuries for Chicago, eh? Chad, you must be from Canada, right? LOL, right? Can't wait until football season. Ray, break down stats. Football is about stats and number, more predictable sports. Yeah, you know what? We're already in a football hangover right now, right, Tiger? Tiger 510 is already in the football hangover right now. But, I can't wait. And again, guys, don't forget, if you enjoy the show, smash the like buttons. I always appreciate you guys give us a thumbs up here. And tells me that you enjoy the show and we're doing a pretty good job. But much appreciated. Regina, Saskatchewan. Yep. Yeah, the old Green Riders, eh? The old Saskatchewan Riders. I always say Saskatchewan, the Green Riders are almost like the Green Bay Packers of the NFL, right? They're a community-based home team. Saskatchewan, a lot of pride in the prairies here in Canada. And the Saskatchewan Roughriders always, last couple of years, their football team's been okay, but good tradition here with the Green Riders. Rocking a fedora and a Ray-Bans. Rocking a fedora and a Ray-Bans. Nice. That's a good look. That's a good look, Plant Base. I like that. Rocking a fedora and the Ray-Bans. That's a good look right there. All right, Tampa Bay 7-4 is a road favorite this season. And after playing Chicago, the over is 7-3 for road teams after playing Chicago. So maybe the over is going to be a high-scoring game here tonight. Now you got to enable. Let's go take the value in the percentage play. So the value is minus 224 for Tampa Bay. I got them at the bookmaker has them at 185. And if you do like Chicago, 125. You're getting great value here on the Chicago Blackhawks. Tampa Bay on a 6-game win streak. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is this here, 1-9. When a team has your number, they just got your number. Like Washington has Boston's number, Tampa Bay's got Chicago's number, and aside from that Kane to Brinkett line, what else do they got, right? So you can't just wait for overtime all the time to win these games. And looking at Chicago on a Friday night, that'd be another great game to go if you're in Chicago on I've been to Chicago a couple years ago. Beautiful city, yeah, very beautiful city. Walked downtown, went to Wrigley's, then I got on the subway and then went down to the South End to watch the Chicago White Sox that night. That was awesome, and it was great. You know what? Really, I really miss traveling now. Now that I think about it, I can't wait to go watch. Me and my wife every year we try to go to one baseball stadium a year, and now because of COVID, obviously last year was a write-off. But man, I'm going down memory lane here. All these great baseball parks, and we're talking hockey here, right? Gotta think warm thoughts here on a March 5th when it's minus 14 outside. So it's not a fun time to be. Not to be a fun time to be outside here in Ottawa. All right, I'm not jonesing for the Vikings. Yeah. All right, Underdog Sniper. Hey, welcome, Paint. Yeah, there's the Sniper. There's my guy, Paint. We got a new guy here, Paint 007. Yeah, so appreciate that. Tasha, how you doing, Tasha? Tasha's a regular. She's been here a couple times, so hopefully you're having a good day, Tasha. Isaiah. All right, so let's get back to this game here between Chicago and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, the Chicago Blackhawks, look at this right here, coming off a loss. So when Chicago is a home team coming off a loss, they are 5-1 straight up. They're 5-1 coming off a loss. You know what? Let me take a look at the. I got some more stats here. Tampa Bay and Chicago. I do have some stats. I think it's on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, Tampa Bay, as a road favorite before a non-conference game, allowed 2 goals against in the last game, 13-3 straight up. And then when any NHL, so here's a league system stat. So remember, I was telling you guys the difference between a team trend and a league system trend. So when you see when any NHL team, that is solid. That's a very solid stat right here. When any NHL road favorite, it totals 6.5 versus a non-division opponent coming off a 2-game road stand, and they're playing 3 games in 4 nights, 17-3. Man, I'm not going against that league system tonight. But I'm not laying 185. It's you gotta really love that. I do like Tampa Bay here. I think the game goes over though. I'd like the over a little bit better. But Tampa Bay, wow, look at that league system. Any NHL road favorite when the total is 6.5, versus a non-division opponent coming off a 2-game road stand, and they're playing 3 games in 4 nights, 17-3 and 6-14 to the under. Wow. Man, I shouldn't show myself these stats because I start talking myself off the over right there, seeing these type of stats, right? But that's what these stats are here for, to bring just the facts, right? Just the facts. And what do you guys think? What do you guys like? Who are you taking in this game here tonight? Nice +5 here. Nice +5. Yeah, that's we'll be in the plus next week there, Chad. Hello, football around the corner. Yeah, hello, old friend. Hello, football old friend. The Paint, what's up? First time in the room. How you doing, The Paint 007? Welcome to the Rain Report, and welcome and have a coffee or beer with the rest of the Ramblers and Gamblers. Hey, G&G gave me the best. That's the best thing I've learned here about. I was always thinking of, wait, what do we call the people watching the chat room? Like, we need some type of nickname. Ramblers and Gamblers, the best. That's awesome. I love that. I like the over. Nobody. How do they get all those stats? How do you get all those stats, Raymond? You know what? With a lot of programming, a lot of experience, and a little bit of luck. Yeah, so we started this in 2004, 2002 about, and we just kept it going. I started, when I first started Phoenix Sports, it was a hobby. I left the military in 1996, and I said, what am I going to do next? And then one day I was listening to. Remember back when the Sportsline.com, CBS Sports, it used to be called Sportsline.com, and there was a great handicapper named Russ Culver. Anybody who knew Russ Culver, one of the Culver Glance line, they're the ones who started it. It was like the overnight line. And I was listening to the Russ Culver one day on the radio, and he was breaking down games, and I said, you know what? I'm going to start a little hobby site and do exactly like what Russ is doing and talk sports. And next thing you know, I built Phoenix Sports. I got a couple of sponsors who motivated me, and met some friends in the industry. And next thing you know, I'm building an empire of websites. And 20 websites later, that's how Phoenix Sports Ticket and the ATS Stats got started. So little FYI right there for you while we break down the games. Got to have a little bit of fun here during these reports. Can't just be all business, eh? Gotta try to incorporate some type of storytelling, so to keep your interest alive, and see if you guys are not nodding off there in the internet land. How about Anaheim upset? You know what? It's funny you say that. I got some good stats for you there, Chad, on the Anaheim game. Let me see here. And I don't like to miss comments. If people say something, I don't like to. I'm soaking up all this great wisdom. That's awesome, Bo. That's awesome. Bo knows. Halo. Only gingerbread locks. Yeah, no. What was that lock? Who brought that lock yesterday? Was it you, Isaiah? Did you bring that lock? Hey, who brings a lock to a party? Who brings a lock to a Raymond Report party, right? -4. You jinxed the hell out of that pick. All right, let's get to the next game on deck. We got the Arizona Coyotes taking on the Minnesota Wild. Now, Minnesota, a bit like Utah, right? Came out of nowhere to start winning all these games. 12-8 on the season. Arizona 10-12. Tocchet, Rick Tocchet had a great season last year. Started off pretty well. They had a little bit of a hiccup. But let me see here. Coming off a win in their last game. In fact, it was a 3-2 win over the LA Kings. And Minnesota came back down to earth a bit. 5-1 against the Vegas Golden Knights in their last game. Now, Talbot is supposed to get the nod here between the pipes tonight for the Minnesota Wild, and the Kemper, Darcy Kemper. Now it looks like it's going to be Kakkonen for Minnesota. It's too bad, though, because I had a good stat on Talbot. He was 10-5 lifetime against Arizona, so throw that stat out the window. But Darcy Kemper going to get the nod expected to get the nod between the pipes tonight for the Arizona Coyotes. He's 1-3 lifetime against Minnesota, so just an FYI right there. And that's a great story. Oh, right on. I forgot his name. This could be a tie. Mimicking the other guy. That's funny. All right, Arizona 4-6 straight up in their last 10 games, 5-5 against the number, where Minnesota is now 6-4 straight up in their last 10, 6-4 to the over. The value index on this game, I had the Minnesota Wild at -138, and 141 is the number right here. And for the Arizona Coyotes, +130, and where you're getting +120. So a bit undervalued here tonight for Arizona. The chances of winning the game straight up, 61% on the percentage play here for the Coyotes and 53% for Minnesota. The chance of this game going over the total tonight is at 37%. Law of average does favor Minnesota, and that's, you want to play in a team that lost their last game versus a team that won their last game, and that does favor Minnesota here this evening. However, they're on a 2-game losing streak, and when Minnesota's on the road against a C-type team, a team below 500, they do beat the Beatables 5-2 straight up, 3-4 to the under. But hold the door because the Arizona Coyotes are 3-1 straight up against teams that are above 60% in the standings. So this should be a good game here tonight. Now, did the Vegas Golden Knights, did they give a blueprint to how to beat the Minnesota Wild, right? Minnesota, if you recall a lot of their games at the beginning of the year, it was a lot of like low-scoring games. But in their last 10 trips to the desert, they're 7-3 straight up, 5-4-1 to the over. Arizona 4-6 in their last 10. I do like the fact that Arizona does play well against the A-type teams at home. I'm going to take a bit of a long shot here, and again, you can't just bet favorites. The easiest thing to do in baseball and hockey and moneyline sports, I can take the favorites all day and look like a genius and hit 60%, but sometimes you got to go with that uncomfortable pick, that uncomfortable feeling, and tonight's uncomfortable play of the day will be Arizona against Minnesota. Give me the Arizona Coyotes plus 120 tonight against the Minnesota Wild. All right, let's ride the wave here, says Tiger 510. Tell the bookies to give up. Yeah, tell them to tap, Plant Base? Tell the bookies to tap. We're going to make them tap tonight. Let's cash it, says Lynn Silver. Let's do it. Let's make some money. John X, hey Ron, do you have stats of goalies versus Team 2? No, I don't, John, but I do go to this website called ProReference.com. It's a great website. I'm a member there, and they have a great site for goalies. So all the goalie stats that I get, because I like to get the goalie stats versus an opponent. For example, Darcy Kemper, he's only 1-3 against Minnesota. But I have a great stat that I'm going to share with you guys in just a few minutes in the Anaheim, Colorado games. You don't want to miss that stat with Gibson against Colorado. Now, yeah, that's where I get those stats, John. Blue game next, please. Somebody's in a rush. Somebody's in a rush. One last thing. Let me check out the stats here. I got some stats on Minnesota. Let me check here before we get to the next game. And Minnesota, Arizona. A total stat. I got a nice total system down here. All right, I got a few of them. Look at this. So I got another league system. So when any NHL road favorite during the month of March are facing a Western Conference opponent coming off a 4-goal loss and they allowed 5 or more goals against in their last game, they are 14-3 straight up. Wow, I wish I didn't see that. Hey, I wish I didn't see that. Any NHL road team that's a favorite during the month of March versus a Western Conference opponent, and they lost by 4 goals in their last game, and they allowed 5 or more, 14-3 straight up. So if you do like Minnesota, that is a great stat that's gonna go your way here tonight. That's gonna go, and then 3, 12, and 2 to the under. So if you do like the under tonight, there's a nice system on the under. And when Arizona is a home underdog, the last 5 years during the month of March, and they allowed 2 or less goals against in their last game, 4-8 straight up, but 2-9-1 to the under. And when NHL underdogs, the last 2 years are facing a non-division opponent coming off a game that went under, it was a 1-goal win, and they allowed 2 or less goals against in their last game, 4-16-1 to the under. So guys, these two stats combined are 28 and 3. 7, 28 and 3. So if you combine these two stats right here, 7, 28 and 3 to the under, that's a pretty solid stat tonight between Minnesota and the Arizona Coyotes. Surprised the line's not 5. All right, St. Louis, LA. There you go. Somebody asked for St. Louis, and there we go. I was leaning with my Wild. Yeah, that's right. Isaiah's from Minnesota or Minneapolis, right? Chad, 8-5, the last score, eh? Okay, thanks. Here we go. St. Louis taking on the LA Kings. Now, looks like Binnington, old Binny's going to be between the pipes tonight for the St. Louis Blues. Actually, it's going to be Ville Husso. Husso is going to be Ville Husso for the St. Louis Blues. And Jonathan Quick. Now, Jonathan Quick is going to be in nets tonight for the LA Kings. Well, he's expected to go. And Jonathan Quick is 11-15-3 against the Blues lifetime. And looking at the line here, 125 for St. Louis. And as I showed you guys earlier, the St. Louis Blues have one of the best road records in the NHL. 9-2 on the road this season, 6-5 to the over. LA Kings 3-6 at the Staples Center. This game will be a puck drop of 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock puck drop tonight at the Staples Center. That's interesting. And looking at the St. Louis Blues on the road against a team below 500, they beat the beatables 6-2 straight up, 5-3 to the over. And for the LA Kings, when they're playing a team that's 50 to 59.9%, 1-1 straight up, 0-2 to the under. And for LA, 3-6 at home, 5-4 to the under. I don't have any stats here tonight on this game. And look at this, St. Louis 5-5 at the Staples Center, and LA 5-5 in the last 10 head-to-head overall matches. And if you know what, this is going to be, it's a tough game to handicap. What's the line value? The line value minus 125. The percentage play, 79% chance of winning for the LA Kings. And you got a team that's on a 3 straight up losing streak. And they've been, on the road here? No, they played the last game at home against the Coyotes. And let me see, the Kings, the St. Louis Blues, last 3 games have been on the road, 3-2, 5-4, 7-6. So they've won a 1-goal game here, 1-goal game. St. Louis, that, the glass slipper eventually has got to, it's got to strike midnight sooner, right? Give me the LA Kings. I'm taking the Kings here tonight. I'm taking the Kings. You can't keep winning 1-goal games like St. Louis has won. 3-2, 5-4, 7-6, 2-1 right here. It's like every game's a 1-goal game for the Blues. Hey, look at their last 9 games. 5-4, 1-0, 3-2, 5-4. Come on. Hey, I think the clock's going to strike midnight tonight. This team can't keep winning 1-goal games all the time. That's like playoff hockey. When you win 1-goal games, that's like winning playoff hockey games right there. So give me the and look at this. NHL road teams that are coming off 2 1-goal games, not 3, but 2 of them. They're 6-12 straight up in their next game. Give me the LA Kings. I'm going to take a King win here. I like the value too. I think we're getting good value on the LA Kings at plus 105. So give me the LA Kings, good value tonight. All right, let's go to the next game. Anaheim against Colorado. Now, I promise you a good goalie stat on the Anaheim Ducks. And Gibson, looks like John Gibson is going to be between the pipes here tonight for the Anaheim Ducks. And for John Gibson against Philip Grubauer, those are your expected goalies. Gibson, 8-3-1 lifetime against Colorado. So here's a goalie that playing on a not a good team right now. The Anaheim Ducks are 6-17, but the goalie, sometimes the goalie has your number, right? And for some reason, Gibson plays well against Colorado, 8-3-1, and that one's an overtime loss. And looking at Anaheim on the road, though, this year, 3-7, but, they're 3-10 at home, so nothing there to, no Jekyll and Hyde syndrome. 5-3 for Colorado at home this year at the Pepsi Center. 172 was my line, minus 250. That's overvalued, way overvalued. I had plus 194. We're getting 210, so we're getting value. The percentage plays is on Anaheim's favorite, 87%. However, they're on an 8-game losing streak. An 8-game losing streak, I don't like seeing that. They're 1-2 against A-type teams, and but you got a goalie that has a hot hand here against a team that he's done well against. Hey, you know what? No guts, no glory, right? If you don't take a shot, if you don't start betting underdogs, you're never going to have success. I'm going to take a flyer here. I'm going to go another road underdog here. Another underdog. I'm going to go with the Anaheim Ducks, and I will make my selections in a bit to show you my confidence level at hockeypicks.com. We'll make my selections at hockeypicks.com in just a few seconds. All right, guys, any questions? Any queries, comments, feedback? Don't forget, guys, smash the like button if you enjoy the show, and share this video, and let's get more peoples in the Ramblers and Gamblers house. And don't forget, starting April 1st, we will be live 11 a.m. to 12 noon, and we'll bring you the rain report live in the matinee in the morning. So this way we can get the matinee games out to you right here. All right, the train, lost 8 in a row. That's funny. What do you think the best play of the day is? I'll get to that in just 1 second there, Plant Base. I'll get to my top play in just a few minutes. But I'm going to lean with Anaheim here. And then the last game of the day, Vegas against the San Jose Sharks. Now, the Flower, Martin Fleury, Marc-Andre Fleury. Marc-Andre Fleury is 11-4 straight up against the Sharks, and it looks like Marty Jones will be between the pipes tonight for the San Jose Sharks. Anaheim goalies ranked better, eh? That is so funny, eh? Are you trying to say that I say too much, Chad, or what? Or is that is there a subconscious message there, subliminal messaging you're trying to say to me? All right, I picked the Sharks. No bet, just a pick. Vegas 222 favorite here tonight. The over/under is set at 6.5. ATS forecast computer pick. Gonna lean with the Golden Knights. 3.23, 2.08. The over/under at 5.31. 7-3. The Golden Knights coming off a big win over Minnesota in the last game, 5-1. Big win because you know what? Let me see. The night before, it was a 5-4 win against the Wild. That was a great game, and then they really put the boots to them right here at 5-1. Right? Vegas could be just warming up right now. You know, they started a bit slow, but they're looking good. 10-3 at home, 4-2 on the road. Only played 6 road games compared to 13 home games. So probably going to be more loaded on the road the second half. And San Jose 2-4 at home at the Shark Tank. But keep in mind, they only started playing home games a couple of weeks ago, right? Because they had the rule in California. They couldn't, they weren't allowed to play at home. And looking at the Vegas Golden Knight, they're 6-4 in San Jose. And the last 10 games between these two teams, I've gone under 70% of the time, 3-7 to the under. And for the Vegas Golden Knights, when they face a team below 500, they are 3-1 straight up, 1-3 to the under. I do like Vegas tonight, but I'm not pulling the trigger on 222. And you know, San Jose plays no defense, so I'm not touching the under in this game. In fact, what's the let me take a look at their goal production here. Yeah, they score a lot of goals. San Jose, there's a lot of firepower here, but there's no defense. 4.3 goals against in their last 3, 4.6. They're giving up 4 goals a game in the last 10. There's no way you can bet the under here. What's the over-under? 6.5? Yeah. I'm not touching this game. I'm not touching this game with a 10-foot pole. Checks nice parlay third period and Lightning Capitals in the Bees over period. So checks nice parlay 3 period over and Lightning Capitals in the Bees over. I got Sharks too, right on. Las Vegas won 4 in a row. Nice train laid back. LOL maybe. That's funny. Fleury's a beast. Yeah, Flower is a beast. All right, let's go to hockeypicks.com and I'm going to before I do, don't forget if you want college basketball. Yeah, remember I said I'd look at the college basketball, some of the line moves today. Now, some of these games have already started, so it's now 3 p.m. Eastern. Let's take a look at some of the games. 3:30, Drayton, Virginia Commonwealth. No, I'm going to take a look at the biggest line moves so far that I'm seeing. Right here, Toledo against Ball State opened up at 8.5, now 9.5. UC Riverside minus 9.5, so money coming in on CSU Northridge. And then UC Davis against Hawaii opened up at 1. It's up to 3 now on UC Davis. Those are early indicators that I use here. One of my tools to find some of the value when I'm betting college basketball. And let me see some of the overs here. I'll just go to the so Boston College, Miami, 142, and it's now 145. So money coming in on the over in Boston College, Miami. 134 and a half. Louisiana Monroe against South Alabama. The Ball State Toledo game opened up at 151 and a half. It's now 153. And let me see here. Charlotte Marshall, 138 and a half, 139 and a half. So money coming in the over in the Charlotte Marshall game. And under CSU Fullerton against US San Diego. 1.5 point to the under here. So it opened up at 150 and a half, and it's now 149. And the big Eastern Kentucky, Phillies 157. There's this team he had last night, gave him 7 wins in a row against Morehead State. And the money coming in on the over here today on the Eastern Kentucky, Morehead State, 139.5, 142 to the over. So there you have it. Those are the college basketball line moves today. Now I'm going to go to hockeypicks.com and I'm going to make my selections here today. I'm going to go with the Boston Bruins here tonight, 61%. I think, with Halleck between the pipes and Vanacek, 2-1 game last game. I think, even though Washington has their number, I do like Boston to get the win here tonight, and I think it might go over. Tampa Bay, Chicago, I would love to take Chicago here, but after seeing some of these stats, Tampa Bay, I'm going to take this one here, 62%. I'm going to go with the LA Kings as an upset. LA Kings as an upset. Anaheim against Colorado. What did I say in that game again? Let me see. I thought there was something. Anaheim and Colorado. Let me see here. We got Gibson. Yeah, Gibson against Grubauer. Yeah, I'm going to go Anaheim. I'm going to take Anaheim. 52%. Minnesota, Arizona. I'm going with Coyotes, 63%. I really like Arizona here tonight. And I'm going to lean with, I'm going to go with the Flower, 56%. I think this game goes over. San Jose doesn't play. And actually, you know what? I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to go 65%. Think, predict, kick, save, hockeypicks.com. And let's see where everybody's leaning here tonight in the NHL. Let's take a look at the consensus. Folks, don't forget, check out hockeypicks.com. Make your plays each and every day at hockeypicks.com. And look at that, 38-11 favoring the Bruins, 54%. So people like them, they don't love them. 58% on Tampa Bay, 38 votes to 11. Same votes here. Look at this. When was the last time you saw something like this? 38 votes. Man, that's pretty interesting. Interesting because, Washington's a really good hockey team. So I didn't think, I thought it'd be more balanced to 50-50. The Kings, 13 votes on the King, 44% confidence level, 56% confident level on St. Louis. Anaheim, so I'm one of the 3 people voting on Anaheim here tonight. 46 votes, 66% confidence level on Colorado. People liking, look at this, 15 votes on the Arizona Coyotes, 45% confidence level, 55 for Minnesota, and 62% confidence level on the Las Vegas, the Golden Knights, 43 votes to 6. So a lot of, and guys, the one thing you can do here at hockeypicks.com, if you clicked on debate it, you can start some chats here. Devious here, he's always active in the chat room, and you can just put in something, and we will reply, and start the debate going, right? All right, there you have it. There's it's a Friday. You know what Friday means? The Rustinator. Oh, hey, Rusty. Rusty. There he comes. Hey. There's Rusty. Who's that? Hey. Come here. Here, Rusty. Oh, come on. Yeah, there he is. There's the guy. There's Rusty. Hey, there he goes, right for the mic. Oh yeah, and he's got my wife's hair in his mouth. It's awesome. Oh yeah, he's gonna chew the mic here. Yeah, there's a Rusty on a Friday afternoon, right? That's how you kick off a weekend, and then we go for his walk. Hey, go for a walk. Oh, go for a walk. Where's that? There's he goes. Every time you say the walk word, he goes and looks right up the stairs to see if Nally's going to come down. All right, folks, have yourself a great weekend. Hopefully, winners are all yours. And I'll be back here on Monday with another rain report. Hopefully, we can bring you some more winners for the Ramblers and Gamblers, sticking to the game plan here at the rain report. And again, folks, I'm so happy I thought of this. Don't forget Eddie. How can we forget Quick Eddie here, right? Eddie, good luck on the run. Eddie's on a great run right now, and you know what? 12 wins in a row. Yeah, mate. I tip my hat off to Eddie. You're having a great run, buddy. You've made us a lot of money in the last couple of days. Hey, so keep it up, and folks, have yourself a great rest of your weekend. As Chad would say, All right. Have a good weekend, folks. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. We'll see you back shortly here with another Raymond report. All right. We got to... Okay.